Hello, this is Jason with BDI, and in this video I'm going to show you how to use the sensor scan button. So as you can see, I've got STS-LIVE running. I've got two nodes checked in. I've got a 16 channel node and I've got a 4 channel node down here, and neither one of these nodes have any sensors associated with them. So this might be the case that you've turned on STS-LIVE and have nodes checked in, but you didn't have any sensors plugged into the IntelliJuicer nodes when they checked into live. So until you run a sensor scan, you won't see that there's any gauges or sensors associated with the channels of these nodes. So what I'm going to do is plug in some sensors real quick into this 4 channel node. Alright, now that I've got my sensors plugged in, I'm going to hit the green button here that looks like a radar scanner. That performs a sensor scan, and as you can see, I now have 4 gauges associated with the 4 channel node. They're all tilt gauges. It was able to recognize the name of these tilt gauges and pull in the calibration factor associated with these. So I can check that by clicking on the channel that I'm interested in. I can see that it now has this sensor T5024. It's a rotation, and it pulled in the calibration factor here of 0.354 radians. So this node is ready to run a test. The sensor scan button is a great way to scan the system to detect any changes in sensors that might have been made. So if you were to swap positions of a sensor, you can do that, and you will see that the sensors swap positions on the channel listing of the node. So I just swapped the 2 middle sensors, and it will not be recognized until I hit the sensor scan button. So when I hit the sensor scan button, I can see that the 2 IntelliJuicers have been swapped, so the gauges swap on those channels 2 and 3. So when I start a test, the first thing that happens is you get a sensor scan that runs, and that just checks to make sure that gauges haven't changed positions between the last time a sensor scan was run and the start of a test. That way everything is in the correct position as it is when you hit start on a test. So you may notice that when you're running a sensor scan, or at other times when you're using live, that there's some information that pops up here in the bottom field of STS-LIVE. So if you read this, this is a warning, and it's just telling you that there's a sensor change that has been made. So the sensor T1108 at the location, which is the channel, was removed, and this new sensor was detected, and that happened because I switched those 2 gauges. So every once in a while, STS-LIVE will give you warnings like that, and you can view them down here at the bottom of the screen. In this case, this is just a warning, so it's nothing critical. It's just letting you know that a sensor has been swapped. You'll also get a warning if a sensor is removed after you've initialized STS-LIVE for the first time. So if I were to take one of the sensors off of the node, now I hit the sensor scan, this channel 1 now is unknown. So I get a warning that says the T5024 sensor is not detected at this location anymore. So that just lets you know if there's any sensors that were removed or changed since the last time you hit a sensor scan. That concludes the video about sensor scan within STS-LIVE. Please check out my other videos.